on YouTube Live. I'm not sure that I'm succeeding nicely, but anyway, if not, the replay will always be here. I have yet to find out where to find myself. Oh, that was easy. I have found myself. That's a whole lot easier than what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so hello if you are joining me live. I'm not sure that I'll get too many people coming in, but that's okay. I'll just chat to you as if I'm doing a video. So I'm going to show you how to colour in this image here. I'm not going to create the whole card. I'm just going to show you how I've coloured the image, which I think is super, super cute. So I'm going to be using the Christmas Crowd stamp set from Stampin' Up, and obviously focusing on this main image here, which is the one that I have. So I'm also going to be using Whisper White cardstock, and because I'm using alcohol markers, I'm using the Stampin' Blends, means that I need to be using the Memento ink pad, which is water-based. So when you're using alcohol markers, you need to use water-based. When you're watercolouring, you need an alcohol-based ink pad. So make sure they're opposites. If they're the same, alcohol and alcohol will bleed, water and water will bleed. So just make sure that you've got an opposite ink pad to whatever method that you're colouring. And I'm also going to use my Stamparatus to stamp my image. So I'm just going to pop my paper in, grab my stamp. And just pop that roughly evenly so I can trim him tight later on. And I love using the Stamparatus in case. Good morning, I've got some people coming in. Say hello if you wish. Okay, so just inking up my image in the Memento. I'm going to make sure that's right up in the corner just in case I want a double stamp, because I like to have a really nice black image when I'm colouring. And I am going to stamp that again because there's just a little bit of an area around his feet that I wouldn't mind a little bit darker. I'm hoping, sometimes because I don't use my magnet, sometimes my cardstock has slipped in the past. So cross fingers, cross fingers. Oh, there we go. Okay, I will clean that up a little bit. Actually, I'll just get that. If you haven't got my my stamping family is looking quite dark. Good thing is that they're pretty cheap. I've had it for a couple of years. It might be time to replace. Although it still does its job, so might as well keep going with it. Okay, so now I have got a huge array of my Stampin' Blend colours here. I've got my Winter Stella in there. So I've got a huge colouring. Now the colours that I'm going to use, I'm going to use, see, I was at Lincoln Loom yesterday, so I've got Real Red and I've got Poppy Parade. So I'm going to use the Poppy Parade because I quite like the, it's slightly brighter. So I'm just going to see if I can zoom in a little bit. Hopefully, the last time I did a YouTube live I was a little bit glitchy, so hopefully that's not going to be the issue. So I'm just going to bring in, I'm just going to pop that beside me so I know which ones that I did last time. Now what I want to do is try and have, obviously Father Christmas is going to be done in red, but I want to try and keep a little bit of balance between, and red and green are probably going to be my most used colours. Red definitely will. So I'm just going to use the dark poppy first and just come around. Rudolph can have a red nose. I am not by any means a professional colourer. I enjoy colouring, which is probably the main point. But I've not done, like I've not done any Copic stuff, so light and shadow and all that sort of stuff sort of gets a little bit lost on me. But But I think if you enjoy colouring, that's the main thing, isn't it? I'm just going to do under here. I just dare say that, you know, the other alcohol markers, they tend to have a little bit more realistic colouring, but that's okay. And a little bit on his scarf. And I think that's all I'm going to do in red. Make sure I've got all of Santa going on there. So with my light Poppy Parade, and I think this way also it just makes it easier that, you know, if you aren't, you know, if you enjoy colouring and you aren't the most fantastic colour, I don't think, you know, just enjoy the process. And the other thing is that you don't need a gazillion, well, I've got a gazillion colours here, but per, like, you know, if I'm doing Santa's outfit here, I don't need to have, you know, 5 different colours of reds just to do his outfit. Easy is what we like. So if you are watching with me and you want to pop a comment, I think I have access. Ah, Wendy's watching in there from the UK. Oh, good day. I can see a few comments. I don't feel so alone now, Wendy. And a little bit up here. So what I'm doing is just going over the dark with my light, and then just bringing it down. So I'll cover that whole area, and then I'll just go back to where it was dark and just colour over it, and it just gives me that little bit of difference in shading anyway. So it's nothing too difficult. Okay, so I think I've done all my red. I'm just going to put my stamp out of the way. And the next, you could use Old Olive, but I'm going to use Granny Apple Green again because I really like the nice bright colours. So starting off with my dark and doing a little bit of stripes. Oh, this is only the second time I've been live, Wendy, so you've caught me at a really good time. Oops, I should have seen. Now this is where that should have been on the bottom, but you know what? My light and shade, I really have no idea about. So just colour and a little bit under here. You know, I'm sure that shadows and stuff are all different, and the other thing is that this is such a tiny little image that a lot of the time you don't have room for a lot of shade and stuff anyway. I'm going to do that. So I've just tried to spread my green so that it sort of like spreads over the entire image. I've got a little bit of it going over the whole thing. Good day. It's like a private colouring lesson by a non-professional. I did put over on my Facebook page that I was going to try coming live over here again, but I think I should have advertised it a little bit earlier. Okay, I think that's it for my green. Now I'm going to just do my black. So I will just do, it's not much black. You know, if you didn't have all the colours, like I've pretty much got all of the colours of the blends, but if you don't have them, then, you know, you could just stick to all Christmas colours or all other colours. Now, the other thing you want to do is Mitten. He's got a tiny little one popping out there. I always find when there's so much involved in them, you always find, oh, wait a minute, I've forgotten to do that, so you rush back. Actually, I might do his skin next. I've got the ivory. So I'm just going to go over his face. Lois, hello! I'm glad you've just discovered me. I'm colouring in. I just said I had a look on, I popped it on Facebook, but I think I should have given a little bit more notice. Okay, so just to add a little bit of pop, so that was ivory. Now I'm going to use the light Calypso coral. Let's see if I can come in just a smidge more. And I'm just going to dab a little bit of blush just on their cheeks, and I'm not even going to blend that in because it'll settle itself, so we don't have to worry about that. Now I am going to do which colour? I'm using Mango Melody, and that is going to act as my gold, and I'm pretty much most of the time just use the one colour. So anywhere where there might be a little jingle bell, I'm going to pop them on, because these ones here, around his belt buckle, and I'm going to do, I know this is a cardinal, but he's going to be blue, and a little bit of striping on the polar bear. I think that's all I had. Oh, his feet. Oh, I forgot the penguin. And then I can come in with the light. Again, like if you didn't have all of these colours, you could just use one colour. Okay, I'm not going to use purple. I'll put them aside. Now I need some blue, Bermuda blue. Oh, and just do dark at the top, light down the bottom. Now, like I did say, I'm doing my cardinal blue. We don't have cardinals in Australia, so I figured he can just be a bird. He can be a bluebird. Alright, a little bit of dark on those. I think that the inside should be, because if I'm thinking about light and shadow, which I have no idea about, that would be curved, which means it would be light, and that should be dark. So I think I've actually got that around the wrong way, but that's okay. That's it for the dark. Come in with the light. Artistic license, exactly. I can do whatever I want, because I want my card to be a little bit more balanced than just having all red right through the middle. And I like these areas because they're big and you can actually get a little bit of shading going on. So I just go over the whole lot, and then I come back and just go over a little bit and then a little bit there, and it sort of brings its own shading in, its own blending. Same here, over the dark a little bit, and that's it. Okay, now I've got soft suede, so I need my dark. I think this little critter down here, he looks like a skunk to me, but I think he's supposed to be a squirrel. I don't think it really matters what you do. You can give him a little mask. Don't think it matters too much. See, now I need his nose. What will I give him? What nose will I give him? Maybe I'll give him a little pink one. because we don't have squirrels down here either, so once again we'll just colour him whatever colour we fancy. Oh, I'll give him a brown nose. I've forgotten to give him, oops, wrong end. I've forgotten to give him a nose. Right, now my crumb cake is having a little bit of a hissy fit at the moment. So I'm going to try and open it. It broke yesterday, so I'll do it down. Oh, it's okay now. The whole thing came off and the ink barrel came out. Time for a new one, I think. And this is so much lighter, so I need to work over that mark there. It's probably drying out. Okay, so there's my little critter. Now the last thing I need to do, well, it's not quite the last thing, but I want to do my reindeer here. So I am going to, what I found, is I might do my crumb cake dark first, because I found it's actually quite dark compared to the light soft suede. That's what I'm trying to get at. Over there. Try and keep his face a little bit light. I don't want it too dark. All right. I'm not going to do the whole of the antlers. I sort of want them to fade out to be a little bit white tipped. Be careful going around the nose because you can actually make his nose bleed. The red will run, and ask me how I know how. So apologies if I'm not doing too much chitty chatty, but I'm still finding that balance between talking and colouring in. See all the things, moving up a little bit. I'm actually finding that the lag isn't too bad on this YouTube live. The last time I did one, it was dreadful. Okay, and then for his little bit of hair up the top there, I'll do that in a dark. Oh, that one's light, dark. Okay, now the one thing, no, reindeer's nose cannot bleed. He had a blood nose yesterday and I had to try and fix it. Now, the one thing that I have found, I'm always looking for that colour that will give me a little bit of shading. And I have found it. It is the light sea spray. So I'm just going to bring that one in side by side. I think you can see it. So on this one you can see I've added a little bit of shadowing, and on this one it's flat still. So that's a good way of being able to see it side by side. It just adds, and I found the perfect colour now, and that perfect colour is the light sea spray. And I didn't even use the colour lifter or anything, so I just sort of go around the bottom like that. That's all I do, and on the just sort of, I don't really know where to put it. I'm just putting it, if you know what I mean. Just bring it up around there, a little bit under there. I have no idea really, but just takes away some of this darkness. So there you go. Oh yeah, I think the shadow really helps it. Just a little bit around there. Under his arm and down the side. He's got another foot over here, so just puts a little bit around there. My bathroom. Oh, see, now there's another bit I've forgotten. I was just about to say, you'll probably hear my pump going now. I've got my the water pump is right outside my craft room window, and of course every time somebody goes and runs the water. And a little bit under there for here's a snowman. So that's added. Okay, that colour was the light seaside spray. So it is the perfect colour. It's not grey, it's not too blue. I was really, really happy when I found that. And then, of course, I think I'm running out, but I just popped on a little bit of, I don't want to do his beard, I just want to do the trim on his outfit. And I'm only going to do his outfit because he's a little bit more special than everybody else. Don't you agree? Okay. I don't know if I can see that or not, but it's just giving him a little bit of shimmer and sparkle on his outfit. So bringing in, I'll just try and do this. I'm still learning all about this YouTube live, so you know, it's all very much fun. So just on a thick Whisper White base, and my finished size is 13 centimeters this way by 10.5 that way. Apologies if you're in inches, I have no idea what that is. The background, I've just used the Swirls and Curls embossing folder, and then a panel of the opposite colour, and I just used, there's a little stamp set here, which is where I've taken that from. I've sponged around my cardstock, the 2 layers down here, and then just assembled it and a couple of little rhinestones, so it's not a very hard card to finish off. And the reason why obviously I chose these colours is because I've used Bermuda Bray and the Mango Melody in here, but you could choose your Poppy Parade and your Granny Apple Green, or you know, if you didn't want to have blue and you wanted, that's why I had purple at Lincoln Learn yesterday, just in case people wanted to use purple instead. So you can just pull in colours from what you've used, and I'm sure that they all mix nicely. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it and you haven't subscribed to me yet, hit the subscribe button and also the little bell, because I do believe that if I continue to come in and do lives on YouTube, it will notify you that I've come on as well. And that way, if I do any videos that I pop on as well, it will tell you that as well. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you hopefully again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye. I've got to figure out how to switch this off. I think I just pressed the cross button. Thank you. Thanks for joining me, Wendy, and watching. See ya. And everybody else. See you later.